Hi guys, the Benidorm Enthusiast here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you've all recovered from New Year. One of my New Year's resolutions is to get my skates back on. So that's exactly what I'm doing today. I'm going to be taking you for a skate down a beautifully sunny Levante beach. We haven't made one of these skate videos for a long time, and I know you guys used to really enjoy them during the dark times of COVID. When I meet subscribers, I often get asked, where's your skates? Even though we haven't filmed with them for probably over a year now. So hopefully you're going to enjoy this video. A couple of reasons why we haven't made skate videos really. One is that these skates hurt my feet. If you've been watching our channel since COVID, you might remember when we reopened the bar after, what was it, 18 months? The first thing that I bought with my wages was a new pair of skates. And I gave my last ones away, which I'd had for 10 years. Well, these new ones, they're just not comfy. So I was really disappointed. I was so excited when I got them. But that's not the main reason. I do have quite a high pain threshold, so I can put up with sore feet for an hour or so to make a video. The main reason we haven't done any skate videos is that it's just far too busy down here. This promenade down here on Levante, it's absolutely perfect for skating. It is so super smooth. But since we reopened from the pandemic and built things back up again, tourism wise, there's just so many people down here all the time. It's really difficult to navigate skating and talking and not running anyone over. If you remember back to the COVID times, I had this promenade pretty much all to myself at times, the whole beachfront all mine to skate up and down, and we didn't have much else to do back then either. But as I say, the Levante beachfront is a very busy place these days. In fact, since COVID, it has just got busier and busier. Benidorm in general has just got busier and busier. It keeps on surprising me. The last couple of years around this time of year, I've thought, surely it can't get any busier, but it does. Benidorm just goes from strength to strength every year with its tourism numbers. Absolutely smashing it. 2024, wow, that was a record year. The busiest year to date for tourism. I think there were only 3 months over the whole year where we didn't better the figures from 2023 when it comes to hotel occupancy. And these months were April, August, and possibly December, but we haven't got the final figures for December yet, so that might have changed with some of the last minute bookings. What we've seen last year is bookings being spread out more across the year. August, for example, has always been a crazy busy month for the Spanish and for other European tourists. It's not so much a busy month for the Brits, by the way. Tourism for the Brits tends to peak in spring and autumn rather than summer. But yeah, traditionally August is the peak summer month for the Spanish and other Europeans to holiday in Benidorm. But even they seem to be spreading out more, arriving in July, and some even come at the end of August and stay through the first part of September. I think August is just getting too hot for everybody. The quieter times also seem to be attracting more people as well. January and February were really good months in 2024 compared with previous years. There's more events being added to the Benidorm calendar in the off-season months to help lift tourism numbers all year round. Things like the Benidorm Fest, that's the Eurovision, pre-Eurovision contest if you like, and sports events like the cyclocross, which we've got coming up this month. At the end of November, which used to be notoriously quiet, there's the Benidorm half marathon race, which is growing in popularity, and that gives a real boost to tourism numbers to keep that month ticking over. There's just stuff going on all the time here, and a good variety of events as well to attract different types of tourists too. It's not all about getting off your face on the strip here, and thankfully more and more people that haven't been here are realising that as the years go on. Holiday prices will also be playing their part in spreading tourism numbers around a bit. We all know the prices have gone up for holidays, not just for Benidorm either. holiday prices in general have been on the rise since COVID, and I think people are looking at cheaper times of year to come to help combat that. I said at the start of last year that I thought the rise in holiday prices was worrying and it would probably put people off coming. Going on the numbers for last year, I was wrong. People still came. I dare say there will come a point where people say enough is enough, they won't pay that to come to Benidorm. So the holiday companies they've got to be careful just how much they push it really. Perhaps the tourists go home protests in other parts of Spain have played their part in bringing more people to Benidorm. We've had absolutely no anti-tourism protests here, none at all. And so maybe people who normally go to Tenerife or Mallorca, where there have been protests, have given Benidorm a go. Going back to prices, once you get here, I don't think there are many places that are cheaper when it comes to eating out in bars and restaurants. Even now, despite the fact that yes, prices have gone up with food and drink here. We've been on a fair few trips over the last sort of 18 months or so, and I haven't found anywhere that's cheaper. Budapest was probably the cheapest place we've been. Absolutely beautiful place, by the way. I think Budapest is my favourite European city that I've visited. And we'd read before we went about how cheap it was, but it was on a par with here really, so not mega cheap anymore. We've been to lots of places in Spain, up and down the coast. We made our way up to Catalonia in summer. And the town we stayed in wasn't really a touristy town at all, but it was more expensive than here, which surprised me. We had a day in Peñíscola, which is very touristy, and again, more expensive than here. We've been down to Almeria. We stayed away from the touristy areas in Almeria, and it was pretty cheap down there, sort of on a par with here really. But we were off the beaten path then as well. We've had a couple of trips to London, ouch, that hurt the wallet. And most recently we went to New York, which is very expensive compared with Benidorm for food and drink. But not actually as bad as I thought it was. Probably on a par with London really. But we had been warned about prices beforehand, so we were prepared for that. What's the cheapest place you've visited since COVID? That's intriguing. Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to see some videos of our travels to other places, then you can check them out on our second YouTube channel, which is called Where To Next, and we'll add a link in the video description for that. Big plans for that channel this year. Last year was a bit of an experimental year with it really, figuring out sort of what I wanted to do with it, but I want to do a lot more on it this year, so I hope I'll get your support, get you over onto that channel and watch some of those videos. "2025 then, is it going to be another bumper year for Benidorm? Will it be as busy as last year?" Well, I'm going to say the same as I've said the last couple of years, even though I've been wrong, and I'm going to predict that tourism may just slow down a little here this year. Surely it can't just keep getting busier and busier. There has to be a point that it levels off really, don't you think? I personally think 2024 was the boom year. I've lived here for over 20 years now, and I've seen ups and downs. I've seen that we do go through waves and booms with our tourism numbers. And last year, there's no doubt Benidorm was the place to be. So many new people tried it, people that have previously been put off because of its reputation. Finally, people are starting to realise there is more to Benidorm than partying on the strip. I've met thousands of newbies myself last year, that have been converted into Benidorm fans. And of course, we're very lucky here that we have an extremely loyal fan base of regular tourists. It just won't go anywhere else. A lot of you guys who are watching right now. And long may you continue enjoying Benidorm. So it's a tough one to judge really, but I'm going to say that 2025 will be a good year, but not quite as good as 2024. What do you guys all think? Again, let us know in the comments. I'm always Very intrigued to hear your thoughts. We can't reply to every comment, but we do read them all. Another interesting topic of conversation for the comments. What can be done to improve Benidorm in 2025? Top of my list will be clamping down on the pickpockets. What's yours? I'm going to leave it here now because our poor cameraman, well, he's got to run at the side of me all this way when we're making these videos. And I don't want to kill him off. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's taking me right back to COVID times. There's people. Once again, Happy New Year to you all. Click subscribe if you've enjoyed this vlog. We're almost at 70,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can break through the 70,000 mark this year. It's completely free to subscribe, doesn't cost you a penny. It just means that you're following our channel. And if you click the bell, then you'll also get notifications whenever we upload a new video. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X and TikTok at the Benidorm Enthusiast. Stay positive and stay safe.